Alright guys, welcome to the 2020 elk camp. Me and Dad just set up camp. There it is behind us. Dad's over there somewhere. There he is. Just got up here about, I don't know, 2 hours ago, and we're gonna go try and locate some elk for tomorrow. Tomorrow is opening day of elk season. We're here for the next 8 or 9 days, and stick around.
Number 11 will go down in our history as a day to remember. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Our prayer today is
A good one. Well, so far today, Scout has produced 0 elk sightings or sounds, other than my own. But it has produced the rabbit that you saw my dad shoot. I think I got it on video. I know I got him shooting, and so you can see the dirt hit the ground. I don't know if you can. I assume the rabbit's in the frame because he ran right across the road. Alright guys, welcome to opening morning of elk season. We're getting ready. Bike behind this gate here. See what we can find. We stopped here. I had to adjust some stuff. Dad heard a branch break, so we started calling. And then we got a bull to answer, I don't know, 200-300 yards off over here. So we're gonna work our way around and try and get closer. The wind's bad right here. So we're gonna try and get the wind right and then try and get him. Alright guys, well, we circled around, tried to get on that elk, and every which way, we came all the way around to where we thought he was, and I think we got back on him again, but when I say I think, we heard some cow calls, and we know there were cows, we could hear them, but the wind was blowing right in there where they were. The wind was still blowing right to where they were. We could never get the wind right, so never actually heard the bull bugle again, but we definitely heard some cows, and you could hear the branches breaking, you know, probably 75 yards away or so. And there was a lot on this road we ended up picking to circle around on. There was a couple good fresh rubs and some fresh elk poop, so they were here. 8:30, got plenty of daylight left, plenty of time, and so far it's been a fun opening morning. We are back at the truck. Just did 6.3 miles. We're gonna keep trying, keep going around. All right, we think we located another bull. Could be a hunter, but we're pretty sure it's an elk. We bugled from up top here, and he answered down below, and we kept trying to figure out what he was, and then we could start hearing cows chirping, and we kind of drove around to pinpoint him again and bugled from another spot. He bugled down in the bottom, and there's no road down there. It's steep. It's a deep hole. So if it's a person, they're way down in a nasty, nasty hole. So I don't think it's a person, but we'll find out. Well, we got close. He would be about, I'm gonna range it. Let's see how far it is to the middle of that tree patch. We're within about 300 yards of where we heard him. He won't answer now. grouse spotted on the stump. That's gonna make a stalk. Got him?
Yeah.
Got it.
I walked right by it.
Yeah, well, they blend in. There we go, grouse for lunch. Good morning, and welcome to day 2 of our elk hunting. Day 3 that we've been up here. Second day of elk season. Hopefully we get on elk today. There's either a bull or a hunter. I can't figure it out yet, but I just got out of the truck to bugle. This is where we located the bull last night. And I got out of the truck and I heard a bugle. And it's bugled twice, but I can't really tell if it's a hunter or an elk. I'm not sure. We're gonna go try and locate him. The wind's bad here, just like it was last night, so maybe we can get closer. He's quite a ways over there. Let's see what happens. Okay, we're making our stalk end. Well, we're trying to relocate the bull. We made a loop around. There was no hunters on any of the other roads when we went down there, so I'm now about 95% sure it's an elk. But when I bugled over on the other side, I can't get him to answer, so we're right about where I think he was, so we're going to try and get him to answer now. This is where he sounded like he was. Just get here. If you tuck in close to this brush, you'll be fine. Alright guys, well, we just did a little cold calling there just because we couldn't get him to respond again. He just won't answer.
Responders on the front lines from all of us at KKWA Westland Park, KFBW
Woohoo!
96.3 Way FM Johnson.
Woohoo!
On the Way FM for today's word on the way. From the Living Translation, John 6, verse 37, 38.
Alright guys, we got that bull from this morning. He's talking again. basically hasn't moved from where he's pretty much, he's a little bit lower than where he was this morning, but pretty much in the same spot. We're gonna try and slip in and see what happens. Well, came down into the hole where we think that bull is, and he just won't talk. Bugled up there at the truck about 120 yards from here, so I didn't have to drop that far. But at the truck, he was going by himself. I bugled once, and then he answered, and then he bugled 2 more times, or 3 more times maybe even. So we dropped down in here, bugled down here, and he doesn't want to play. It's weird. Alright guys, as you can see, it is dark. We are back at camp. Tonight produced 0 bugles, 0 elk sightings. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow's the day. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, starting tomorrow, and then Tuesday and Wednesday there's about a 50 to 60% chance of rain the next 3 days. So maybe that'll do it, and get them really fired up and talking. We're giving it our best shot. Good morning. It is day 3. Day 3? Today's Monday. Yeah, day 3. Today's day 3. It's super foggy. Woke up to not only are we dealing with a lot of smoke, there's a lot of fires around. Fires just in the state of Washington this year, and a lot of the smoke has just been blowing over just over the whole state. The whole state's basically covered in smoke. So not only have we been dealing with smoke this whole trip, but now it's super foggy as well. So you got smoke and fog mixture, makes for low visibility. We got a bull going off down here. Not that far from us. There's a road down there. I just saw a car go down by there. I think it's a person. I think it's people. Dang it. Well, I thought that was a bull. Just a guy that could bugle pretty good. Tricked me. But, dang it. Got down there a little bit, and there's a road right below. I can see a truck down below. I think it's just another guy, that's what it is. Found some nice timber. I'm gonna walk it. This timber patches, it's about 800,000 yards above where we saw, or not saw, but heard the elk opening day. So, and this leads like right to where they were. So we're just gonna work our way down this hill and see if they want to play or if they're still in here. All right, guys. Nothing. Man, we walked. How far do you think we walked down here?
About a mile.
Mile. Let's walk like a mile through this timber. Calling. My lips are numb. They really are. And nothing responded. There's not really a lot of fresh sign in here, though. There's there's elk trails and some old stuff, but nothing. We're still quite a ways away from. It's actually further than I thought to the bottom where the elk were opening day. So we're actually we're like maybe a third of the way there to the bottom. And up top here, there's just nothing. Alright, good morning, guys. It is day 4th day of hunting. Last night it started raining quite a bit, and it's still raining this morning. Everything's wet. Hoping that opens up some land. There's some private timber company land that we've been kind of waiting to. That was our main plan to hunt this year, and it's been closed because of the high fire danger. It's supposed to rain pretty much the rest of the week, for the most part, on and off the rest of the week. Hopefully tomorrow, and if not tomorrow, maybe by Thursday they'll have that open, and maybe our luck will change a little bit, but maybe even just this weather change will change our luck a little bit and get these animals moving and talking a little bit more. Alright, guys, well, it is soaking. It is downpouring outside. Everything's soaking wet. Walked way down here. Didn't hear anything or see anything. But we did get wet. So that's good. With the rain being so hard. And even when it lets up, like right now it's not raining really hard. But the leaves are so wet that you just hear the dripping. Constant dripping. So it's loud. It's loud in here. So when I bugle or cow call or anything, it's hard to hear as far as listening for responses. Anything far off, it's hard. It'll be hard for me to hear it. Well, guys, I'm pleased to announce we finally saw our first big game animal. There's a deer in the road that we're walking, but it stayed around for about 1 second and then took off. We were like walking and just kind of not really paying attention, and looked up on the road, and the deer was just standing kind of around the corner, and I could just see a body, and I was like, oh man, there's a deer. I don't know what it was. It was a big body. It is either a giant doe or a buck, but obviously it's either a doe or a buck. Finally got something on film for you guys. There's 3 deer. Only got 1 of them on film. There's a mom and babies. Dad's getting an itchy trigger finger. He wants to shoot one. Back to the truck. And what are we going to do now?
First I'm going to
Drive
go to the
around.
bathroom, and then we're going to go down the bottom of this road and see what we can see or call.
I like it.
And then we'll go from there.
Okay, then we'll go from there. You heard it. Yeah, I thought it was. I bugled right here, and then it started chirping,
Right there.
Yeah, right down here. And I thought, that's a person. But, I mean, let's
Go
just...
away. the way the branches broke, you could tell it was something big.
If you heard branches, plus I mean that had to be elk, but I didn't hear branches. I just could hear, kept going, ew, like kept calling, and I'm like, I just assumed it was a person trying to call, the elk, the bull over, but it was real elk calling me over. Well, that was interesting, guys. Seems as though we located a herd. Came to this clear cut. We've been hunting pretty much timber the last few days. We've been staying away from this area just because on Friday when we came it was full of people. There's just people everywhere. We just decided, well, let's just go back up and try up there just to see. Pulled up to this clearing and I walked down here. Walked down it a little ways, 100 yards or so. I bugled a few times. And like the third bugle I did, I started hearing cow chirping down like, I don't know, 100 yards below me in this timber. And Dad was up above me, 100 yards towards the truck, and he heard branches breaking below him, like pretty much as soon as he got out of the truck, he said. So, and he said it sounded big. It didn't sound like little twigs. It sounded like whatever was moving through was big. Good chance it was real elk. I thought it was a hunter just because I was like, I don't know. I've been fooled a few times already, so I just assumed it was just another hunter. Cow calling at me. I can't hear him anymore. I tried bugling some more and cow calling and things. Haven't heard anything, but I did. Did you hear the branches breaking down there? When we pulled up here? When we pulled up, when me and you came down here, I could hear stuff breaking down at the bottom of the, down in there. I heard it a few times. Walking down, I think they were walking down in that way. But yeah, I think they were, when we came over here, they had worked their way down to the bottom of the clearing. Or they're still in the timber, but way down. Working their way down that way. We're close, but again, still didn't get to see them. Alright, good morning. Day 5. Day 5, wow. We decided today we're going to sleep in real late. Not just a little bit, but a lot of it. It's like 7:30, about a little after an hour after shooting light. Felt good though. Still at camp. We're going to head out here in a couple minutes. I hope that this later day produces an elk. Alright guys, the late start, it's sort of paid off. We got a bull to bugle. Came down across to where he was, and we knew there was a swamp to cross. So we did it, and we about made it. I actually made it across the whole swamp without falling in. And then as we were walking along the edge to get into the timber, to get back into the timber, I didn't see a hole, and I fell right into it all the way to my, I don't know if you can see me, but I fell all the way into my knees when Dad jumped over. He overshot the landing that we were gonna hit, and he didn't realize on the other side was another hole, and he fell in as well. So we're wet. We're in it now, but we're on the other side where we heard the bull. Only problem is he won't talk back to us. Come to bugle way over there. We've probably made it about 300 yards. Probably we're about 300 yards closer. And back about 100 yards or so, 150 yards, I cow called, and he lit up again, and then he bugled a couple times on his own, but now nothing. So I don't know if he's moving off somewhere to go bed or what, but we're gonna work our way up this way. Alright guys, well, we're all set. Putting our stuff all back on. That hike up that freaking thing was worse than the swamp crossing. We're on the road, we're going to walk down, try and relocate that bull. Hopefully get back on him. Basically work our way around, do a big loop, back to the truck. Try and relocate him on the way back. We made it back to the truck. We did a big loop to the right. So like if you got to the road, we went to the right and looped back around to the truck, calling along the way, trying to relocate, and didn't hear anything. But what we've kind of come up with and what I think happened is, I think those elk were moving to the bedding because we got on them about 8:30, and it's 11 o'clock right now. I think they were working their way to their bedding. At the time, I thought maybe there was a little timber patch down below us. I thought, well, maybe they're going to bed in that. So we headed down towards it. Well, basically by the time we got down into that bottom and calling, they weren't answering anymore. There's tall timber on the back side there that I think they bed up in. So my thought is that's where they were going, and he's just out of range of as far as why we can't hear him, why he's not calling back. So
Bringing my gun tomorrow. Happens every time I don't bring it.
okay, guys, welcome to the video. Up here elk hunting, and we just spent like the last 5 or 6 days in a different unit, and weren't getting much, so we came back home, hunting closer, and we're hunting closer to home. We just got up here. It's evening. It's about 5:30. We're literally 100 yards from the truck, and we're biking, and I look up on this hill, and I just see this black thing, and I put my binos up, and it's a bear staring at us. I mean, what is that, 250, 300, 340 yards, so with the rifle, not a problem at all. And Dad, on our way up, said, I didn't bring the rifle, because I just figured we'd shoot one with the bow. And he could have probably, he could have shot at it, I'm sure. It stayed there long enough. That's how it goes.
Part of it.
That's part of it. But hopefully we make up for that with an elk here in a little bit, so we'll see. Well, so far today's hunt has been filled with a lot of people on every gate. This is the first time I've hunted this unit and Dad's first time hunting this unit in a long time, probably 10 or 15 years, and one last time I hunted it. There's a lot of people here, which means it must be good, huh? So far we've just been behind 2 gates. First gate we went behind, we saw the bear, and then we saw 3 guys. So we turned around and tried to find a new gate. Every gate we were going to go to either had a camp at it or a car parked at it. So we picked this gate, had nobody on it, walked down it, and we got to the end, which is just back there, and nothing the whole way. I mean, right there we heard a bugle, but it's way off, and about the distance of the bugle there's also a road over there, so it's hard to tell if it was a person or not, but it was way over there. With the amount of people, I'm not really confident in the lack of light. I'm not really confident in committing to going after something that I'm not 100% sure it's an elk, so I think we're gonna head back and just kind of call our way back and see if we can't get something to answer on the way back. Alright guys, we are in another spot, new spot. Yesterday didn't pan out anything. It's Saturday. It's 8:30. Area we've been trying to bike behind or go behind is finally open. We drove up here and we're gonna try it. Well, we're in the rain. Haven't heard anything. Not even people. There are a lot of people up here though. Where there was, I don't remember if I told you guys this, but there was like 7 other trucks at the gate. We made number 8. So there's people back here, but we haven't heard anybody bugling back at us or ran into anybody yet. But I got our first elk and a little herd over here, nice bull. Looks like a good 5. Above him, but the wind's bad, so we're gonna work our way down. Go through those thick trees there, and try and call him close to us. Well, we just beat through the brush because, well, just to keep the wind in our favor. Found this little opening on the hillside. We're still in the thick stuff, but we can see the clearing where he was. We're about 170 yards across. Got over here. Nothing. We don't see him anymore. And we tried calling. He didn't answer us. We're just kind of sitting here. We did a little bit of calling, but nothing answered. Didn't hear anything sneaking in silently. That's weird. They just shut up. That was interesting. Kind of sitting here, deciding which trail to take to get back to the bikes. All of a sudden, below us, cows calling. Just wham, 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 wham. You could just hear them coming. They weren't that far. Wind was bad. It was blowing into them. I bugled at him. And the bull, he didn't really bugle, but he went like, kind of almost growled. More of a growl. I don't know if it's the same elk that we saw across, but we're in the same timber. They may have came down. I don't know. Interesting. Well, we just had another, well, this time we had a bull actually talking with us for a minute there. And we're trying to get the wind right and everything, and he was still talking. Got the wind right, he would shut up. I mean, we probably called for the last half hour, 45 minutes. I bugled, and he answered down below. So we worked our way down, got a little closer, bugled. He bugled below. We did a couple different setups. Each time we'd do a setup, he would like stop bugling. And then we'd go get the bikes to move, and he'd bugle on his own. And this is the last spot we moved. We're down here. And as soon as we got here, he bugled all on his own, right over here. Like maybe 100 yards, it sounded, maybe, yeah, I'd say 150 yards inside there. And then he just shut up. That was it.